The challenges with everybody doing a whole lot of different things is sometimes the things that were here in the beginning get lost. So I feel like in our times of exploring the contemporary realm can be really exciting, but at the same time, anything that's line based is being kind of eaten away, I feel. I know in DC that's a big deal. It seems that because most of the dance we have here is on the modern flow of things, those who appreciate line or even classic modern dance for that matter, or even hip hop or jazz of old, uh, gets lost in a thousand voices trying to reinvent something to the hundredth power. But I believe that in DC that there needs to be a representation of those traditional things that are still striving for new innovations in this area to inspire and to give weight to, the creative dance expressions that's happening today. Um, I don't know. You just have to keep pushing and, hopefully somebody will understand what you're doing or at least appreciate what you're trying to do. I believe that DC in this area, the DMV, is a wonderful place with a lot of creativity and a lot of artists. A lot of times, a lot of us don't push to become professional. A lot of stuff here stays very community and very recreational. But I'm here to assist and push the envelope that DC is a dance destination outside of just a few professional companies that we have here. But in a space that's has like a $50 million budget. The last time I checked for our arts budget, it's one of the largest ones in the United States. Dance only gets 2% of that budget. We don't get a whole lot of that money. A lot of that money goes to theaters. And that's just the truth. And because there's not that many spaces as well, dance gets gatekeeped a lot, or kept a lot, I should say. And that's unfortunate, but I believe that through working with each other and developing artists here, which is what Dissonance is trying to do locally, gives people a break that they would need to start their professional careers. But there's a lot of education that needs to happen in this region, and I really hope through organizations like mine and others that choose to pick up the torch, to not live only or so to not live solely in outreach efforts, but in recreational dance, but to actually push them at a higher level so that they are able to help create the professional dance entities that we see in Philly and LA and New York, even Chicago. DC's history, dance history, goes back to the early 1930s, but a lot of it was lost, especially around the 2000s. I believe that as far as Black entities, a lot of the spaces, there were 36, I believe, and now there's only 3. We used to have a service organization called Dance Metro DC, which is no longer. So dance has been kind of kicked to the curb as far as the professional sector. And the only diversity is pretty much college programs and a few, projects that happen every year. But I really believe that, through the right structures and the right dedication, that DC could thrive just like any other major city with a professional dance focus as far as the businesses that, reside there.